My eyes fell to the cell I had been in for years, as I sighed in dismay. There sat all the comforts of home, a comfortable bed, soft cushions, hot food, even a bell to summon the guard. But deep down I felt empty, even though I had chosen this fate, all on my own. The one who had trapped me here had slowly pulled me in with sweet words and promises to make my life better than it was. He wasn't wrong, of course. This cell was more comfortable than my old home. Not that I remembered my old home, but in this comfort, I didn't want to remember the past. With no other real choice, I sat in the soft armchair and rested my head on my hand before closing my eyes for a second. But in that second, my mind was flooded with horrible thoughts, which made me jolt. Ever since my imprisonment, I had been plagued by nightmares and gruesome thoughts, but my captor didn't know how to fix it. I could never have a good sleep, could never gain the rest my body desperately needed, but my thoughts were suddenly interrupted by the arrival of my captor, who was with a strange man. I was intrigued and watched them carefully, though something about this stranger seemed to draw me in. Slowly, I found myself standing up to approach the bars to get a better look. He was tall, with green eyes and brown curly hair. His clothes were of a shepherd's garb, complete with the robe, belt, and wooden staff. As you see, he is comfortable here and has no desire to leave, my captor gloated as he tapped the bars of the cell with his cane. He was a stark contrast from the stranger with his black, ominous eyes and scaly skin. I could leave the door open and unguarded, but he wouldn't leave. As he said that, he hooked his cane on the bars before pulling the door open. I had never realized it was unlocked. I had always thought I was trapped. For a fleeting second, I wanted to see the world out there, but I was afraid of the unknown. "Do you truly like it here?" the stranger asked me. "Or do you want to be free? I won't lie and say it will be easy, comfortable, or fun, but I will tell you, the reward at the end is worth the journey." "Don't listen to him. He takes joy from seeing his followers suffer," my captor waved off. "Besides, there's no comforts or fun out there." I looked back at my comfortable cell, where I had been for years. For a second, I considered taking the stranger's offer, but it was short-lived as I thought of all I could lose. "Can I take my comforts with me?" I asked him quietly. "Freedom with a comfortable shackle is no freedom at all," he replied as he looked down. "To be truly free, you must let go of what's holding you back." His response wasn't what I searched for, and made me look down in deep thought. "If I can't take my comforts with me, then I'll not go," I decided after a moment. "I understand. But remember, his kindness is only a ploy. If ever you desire to leave, I am willing to help." He smiled politely before walking away, and my captor closed the cell door. "Good thing you're so smart. Otherwise, you would be suffering right now instead of living in this luxury," my captor reassured me, though his voice seemed more cold than usual. As he walked away to join up with the stranger, I turned back to my cell. Silently, I sat down in my chair and stared at the door. I knew I had made the right choice, and that my life would be wrapped in comfort, but I couldn't ignore the tears that had been in the stranger's eyes as he left.